What's going on, guys? Welcome back. Thank you for watching. Today we are back on the range with one of my all-time favorite rifles, the 30-06 M1 Garand. Now, before we get started, I want to thank BFF Firearms in Danville, Illinois, once again for loaning me the M1 Garand to make today's video. Of course, I really appreciate their support. So like I said, this is not our first M1 Garand video. We did do another one last year. If you haven't seen that one, go check it out. But today, I want to test the lethality of this bad boy, and we might even try the bayonet, which is that sharp little spiky thing there on the end. I've never done a bayonet test before, so this ought to be interesting. All right, first 8-round clip. Now, I already did a full M1 Garand video last year, so I'm not gonna go into quite as much detail today, but I absolutely love this rifle. I'll just say that. Let's shoot it. Wait for it. There it is. Now, guys in the gun world love to roast people who incorrectly use the word clip instead of magazine, and rightfully so. But the M1 Garand is one of the very few guns where clip is actually appropriate. This is an 8-round clip. So if you hear someone say it referring to one of these, don't correct them, because you'll be the idiot in that scenario. See if we can actually hit the target. This thing is loud. The clips are just basically 8-round internal magazines that you load from the top, and this is where Garand thumb is a possibility. Not a strong point of the design, in my opinion, but when you insert the rounds, it engages the bolt release. So if you don't hold it back, it could cause the bolt to fall on your thumb. This one doesn't really do it. You kind of have to give it a smack, and it's not something I'm willing to show you on video because I like my thumbs. I bet those bullets hitting the steel is incredibly loud on that microphone. Hey guys, while I got your attention, I want to tell you all about Infinity Targets from Infinite Defense, who is sponsoring today's video. The way they work is as the projectile passes through, paint is removed, giving you a highly visible hit marker. And since the target instantly self-heals, all you have to do is hit it with some spray paint and you have a fresh target. Let's try it with the 9mm pistol. There's our 3 hits, and if you look up close, you can see those bullet holes are virtually non-existent. Go ahead and hit it with some spray paint like it never happened. Another cool thing about these targets is since the rounds just pass right through, there is no ricochet, making them 100% safe for close quarters use and self-defense training. You could not do that with a steel plate. The targets fit on most common stands. They are American-made, fully weatherproof, and 5 times lighter than steel for easy storage and transportation. So check them out, infinitytargets.com. There will be a link in the description box below, and use the code ONESHOT15 for 15% off. Thank you to Infinity Targets for sponsoring today's video. So the M1 Garand was designed in 1928 by John Garand. It was produced from 1934 to 1957 and was used in military service from 36 to 57. And apparently, it's still being used in service in various countries throughout the world to this day. And from what I read, the M1 Garand is the firearm responsible for removing more Nazis from planet Earth than any other, which is a pretty cool claim to fame. It shoots the 30-06, but not a standard 30-06. It does take its own variant of the cartridge. Usually ammo boxes will say if it's 30-06 Garand ammo or regular 30-06, and it uses these little 8-round clips. Again, people like to make fun of people for saying the word clip instead of magazine, but in the case of the M1 Garand, clip is actually the proper terminology. All right, guys, let's go ahead and do the bayonet test. For this one, we will be using a Ballistic Dummy Lab human head. A torso would be more ideal, but I don't have one right now. Plus, a bayonet to the head is super gnarly, and it will kind of test this thing's ability to go through bone. So I'm excited to try it. There were several bayonets used with the M1 Garand. The original was the M1905, which had a 16-inch blade. They also cut some of those down to 10 inches, and they produced 10-inch M1 bayonets. The one we have is a 10-inch blade, and based off the markings, I believe this was made sometime in the 1950s. So don't worry, I'm not tarnishing a World War II M1 Garand bayonet. Like I said, it's super dull. Obviously a blade, not a spike. Both are cool. Let's see what it can do. And this is our setup. I'm probably gonna rotate the head and hit it from the side, but behind it, we have several really big foam blocks that will hopefully catch the blade if it does go all the way through. I don't think it will, to be honest, but just in case it does, I don't wanna damage our bayonet, so let's try it. All right, we've got the bayonet on the rifle. To be honest with you, it would probably work better if I just took it off and used my hand, but then it wouldn't really be a bayonet test. We have to do it with it on the firearm, and I have never tried anything like this before, so hopefully I don't completely miss. We're back probably 10 or 15 feet. I'm gonna get a running start and try to put some momentum into it. I clipped him, but didn't go straight into the side. Let's try it again. Ah! I think I underestimated the potential of that. That is crazy. Well, on the first one, I kind of glanced off the front of the forehead, so I brought it over a couple inches, and that went straight through and came out his ear. I don't think he made it. Well, I was gonna set the head on the table and put a 30-06 through it, but since we've already got him skewered on the bayonet, let's just finish him off. So the bayonet wound is right around here somewhere, and then the bullet hole is obviously a couple inches above it. It actually just blew straight through, poked a hole in it, and didn't do a ton of damage. Let's shoot it again. This time we'll hit him from front to back, see if it does any more damage. Not really. Don't get me wrong, it's going through and he's definitely not surviving, but there's not a ton of energy being dumped into that ballistic dummy head. It's just blowing right through. I just watched the slow-mo, you guys probably saw it. On the top of his head, one of the blood sacs or a piece of the brain or something bulged out, which is kind of funny, but you can see where that bullet went in, right there in the front, pretty much dead center, and then exited out right there. Once again, I mean, obviously this thing is tore up. There's a lot of damage, but not as much as you would expect. Either way, after seeing both of those results, I would rather get shot with a bullet than stabbed with a bayonet every day of the week. That was brutal. All right, guys, there it is, the bayonet test. Hope you all enjoyed it. I have some cleaning to do because, like I said, this is not my rifle. I was given permission by the owner to make this video, which I really appreciate. Again, I want to thank BFF Firearms for loaning me the M1 Garand to make this video. I always appreciate their support, and yeah, that was brutal. Again, I would rather get shot with a bullet than stabbed with a bayonet, especially after seeing that result. Man, let me know what you think down in the comments below. As always, I'd be glad to hear from you guys. If you liked the video, let me know down there as well, and hit that like button for me, guys. I'd really appreciate it. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you next time.